Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me. I'm already having issues with this. I'm hoping to get this live stream done for all of you and myself because I really do like being here with all of you. So, anyway, look, man, Monday, February 24th, 2025, post market, a lot of stuff to cover. I want to focus on supply chain issues, which I have been talking about for quite a while. We are going to be facing some serious issues moving forward, and you guys and girls need to know what to be prepared for because no one's going to tell you this. Politicians aren't going to tell you this. Central bankers aren't going to tell you this, and most of our brain dead representatives have no clue, and they're more worried about their own self interest than yours. So that's not what I'm all about. I am all about trying to keep all of you in the loop, understanding what's going on, so you can take action now, not react. We are going to act, not react. Does that familiar sound about right to you? So, so with that, let's start off with this. And again, verify everything I am saying. All right, don't take anything I say at face value. Um, what's happening here with regard to the deregulatory process, which started off with the banks? Basically, what's happening here is every single regulatory body is being dismantled. We're seeing big oil being deregulated across the board. We're seeing major corporations here not having to answer to anyone so they can have a free for all as well. A lot of this is executive order, executive order, executive order. I think we're pretty much on the same page. But who's here, let me ask you, to help support U.S. small businesses? Have we been hearing much about that? No, not really at all. It's all about the corporate agenda, which will be fulfilled. There's just no doubt about it. Small businesses, the middle class, they're just being, they got there's a boot on your neck right now, and that boot is cutting off your air supply, and that is going to play out more dramatically. What we're going to end up seeing here over the next 6 months are going to be pivotal. And like I said, I'm going to cover 9 dynamics that are in play right now. Well, categories that are going to suffer, likely, I would say, almost a lock. And you guys and girls can make up your own mind with this as we cover it. But what also is being planned here, again, we already talked about this, but mass corporate layoffs. You got all these federal layoffs. It's happening across the board. You all know that. Period. The end. We're going to see this bleed off into the private sector. The private sector is going to get annihilated moving forward with regard to job losses moving forward. A lot of it has to do with supply chain as well moving forward, the availability of resources. That's really what this is going to come down to. I've been screaming from rooftops about this for years, that we're going to be facing a resource problem on an epic scale when it really comes apart. And I'm talking about the debt market implosion. And there's a massive effort to keep this propped up today. We're going to talk more about that, with stocks well off the low as the debt market is being bought up like there's no tomorrow. Imagine our shock. But anyway, so corporate layoffs, it's going to start out kind of small. It's already starting. And then you're going to see tens of thousands, tens and hundreds of thousands, more than likely, of people get laid off over the next 6 months into the next year as well. So before we even go there, I want to talk about it again. Look, we just started with this. Someone out here is buying a lot of debt, here. So the 2 to 10 year yields end at 2025 lows. U.S. government debt, I'm just going to read this to you, rallied, which means it was getting bought up today, pushing the 2 and 10 year yields to lows for the year. We've been seeing this phenomenon, people. You and I have been talking about it, not just here, but around the world. Amid worries about the outlook for economic growth, we're not growing at all. We're not going to be growing at all, just in case you were wondering. Against a backdrop of, you ready for this? Sticky inflation. Now, look, I'm not When a potential president is campaigning, they say a lot of things. Most of it turns out to be fake. Okay. Uh, I'm going to bring down prices on day one. That was a promise. I'm going to end wars on day one. Okay. I don't think any of us really expected this. It's kind of catchphrases. It gets people all excited. It's a joke, and the joke has obviously been on us and for those who cheered for it. Obviously, I mean, unless you were really that dumbed down, there was no way that we were going to lower prices on day one, or we were going to, end wars on day one either. Sammy, thank you. I appreciate you from Vienna. Anyway, so that's the deal here with the debt. Let me explain this to you with the debt market. Everyone, again, crash, 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 stock market, crash, stock market, crash, stock market, crash. It's freaking everywhere, man. Okay, I hear it. All of it is dependent on the debt market. And another thing, the fact that we're witnessing mass deregulation across the board. I mean, the regulators, the people that are supposed to be watching out for things, all right, they're gone. Executive order, gone. They don't even exist anymore. You have no one to complain to, basically, if in fact you're taken advantage of by a major corporation. You're going to whistle Dixie trying to get anyone on the phone to try to help you in any way, shape, or form. Part of the deconstruction of the United States and being built up into a corporate dystopian entity. That's really what's going on. A wipeout of small businesses, the middle class who can't get by, continuing rising prices. Sound about right to you because you're smart. It's exactly what's going on here. But again, I'm not seeing any pushback against it. Any of you pushing back against it, you probably don't even know about it because it's done secretively. Focus on this. Look at what Doge is doing here. They're finding all this fraud. Okay, great. Let's see who's responsible for it. That's all I ask for. Eventually, don't get triggered. Eventually, I hope sincerely that we get to see who's responsible for the fraud, who's responsible for the misallocated funds. Not only these are the people responsible, but we're going to hold them to account by whatever it might be. And I want to see some high-level arrests. You too? I also want to see some clawbacks here. I want to see cash clawed back. Sound about right to you? That's all I want to see. Until that time, what the freak ever, man. Keep focusing over there. Don't look at what's going on over here because no one's going to tell you you're staring down the barrel of a gun. And it's not going to be pretty. With regard to all the debt buying today, you got a mixed market, nothing major with tech taking the biggest hit here. Lovely. Got gold and silver mixed. Okay, lovely, fantastic, nothing crazy. Now, cryptos got hit pretty bad across the board. Not Bitcoin so much, but look at these other ones here. Now, as you probably know, President Trump did hit today Iran with more sanctions. So here, Market Watch. Oil prices end higher as U.S. imposes more sanctions on Iran. This comes 4 days after this. U.S. intelligence reports heightened risk of Israeli strike on Iran. Do you think maybe there's a connection here? Now, this little lull in energy prices that we've all been seeing lately, it's been pretty good. Not going to last. Don't get used to it. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. Now, this is what I've compiled for all of you. These are 9 categories of goods and things that you are going to see shortages of moving forward with regard to supply chains disruptions. Now, I will, right after this video, I'm going to send this list out to all of you in my newsletter. So here's an opportunity for you. If you have not subscribed to my free newsletter, there is a link in the description of this video. You want this list? It's yours. This is not for me. This is for you. You understand? Greg Mannarino knows these things, okay? I want you guys to know about it, and then I want you to act. So and this list, as I read through this is in no particular order. This is just 9 things that I put together for all of you. Again, no particular order. Anyway, so let's go through this, all right? So in the next 6 months, several supply chains are likely to face disruptions affecting goods entering the United States. Now, I have compiled this list here of 9 categories, which, in my opinion, all right, will most likely be affected. Now, again, don't freak out. This is in no particular order, and I'm going to read to you what I have. Now, you're free to disagree with this as well. If you do, tell me where I got it wrong. And again, if you can't remember what I'm saying, this will be in your inbox if you subscribe to my newsletter right after this video. Give me a half of an hour and I'll get it out to you. All right. So number 1, no particular order, but this is my list. Medical supplies. The United States imports medical supplies from many countries, including China, Germany, Japan, and Mexico. Geopolitical tension and tariffs can potentially disrupt the supply chain for medical products. That's the first one. Pharmaceuticals. Disruptions in the supply of raw materials and manufacturing delays could impact the availability of pharmaceuticals. Now, what do these two things mean to you? If, for example, you have a need for medical supplies or pharmaceuticals, whatever, think about what this means for you and what action you can take to maybe stockpile some of this stuff. Let's move on. This is an interesting one. Maritime shipping. Proposed tariffs on Chinese-built commercial ships entering U.S. ports could lead to increased shipping costs and potential delays, impacting industries reliant on transportation and technology, vehicles, apparel, shoes, all that kind of stuff. Oil and energy products. This is number 4. Uncertainty in U.S. foreign policy has led oil traders to shy away from long-term charter contracts for tankers, potentially affecting the supply for oil and energy products. Abso-freaking-lutely. So this little lull with regard to energy that you're all happy about, not going to last. Just get used to it. And again, think about what it means for you. Consumer goods. Ongoing geopolitical tensions and trade disputes may lead to increased tariffs and shipping delays, affecting the ability of cost for consumer goods. We're all going to be paying more for everything. Technology components. Maybe this is why we're seeing some pressure on tech here. Supply chain disruptions could impact the availability of critical components for technology products, leading to potential shortages and, of course, increased prices. Automotive parts for you hot rodders, you drag racers like me. We got a little issue here. Supply chain challenges could lead to shortages of automotive parts, affecting vehicle production and repair services. Construction materials. Supply chain issues may lead to shortages of construction materials, affecting building projects and infrastructure development. Electronics, the last one. Supply chain disruptions could affect the availability of electronic product, leading to potential shortages and increased prices. I think this is pretty much dead on here, okay? You guys are free to do whatever you want with this information, but what I'm going to suggest, again, this is going to be in your inbox a half an hour from the time I finish this. I would strongly suggest looking this over, and in the event, just by chance, that Greg Mannarino happens to be correct. And again, just look at our track record. It's about 90%. So what does this tell you? That about 90% of this list is probably going to happen, just based on past performance here. So if 90% of this list happens with regard to supply chain disruptions and the availability of resources, well, I want you guys and girls to not just twiddle your thumbs with this here. I want you guys and girls to act, not react, because if you react, it's too late. Does that sound about right to you? My job here, and I take this as serious as a freaking heart attack, okay, is to keep you ahead of the curve. I don't want you reacting to anything. I want you acting. Does that make sense to you? Or is Greg just totally out there? I really do want to hear from you on this. Lav is here. Magic Meek is here. All my friends are here. Evil Spot from the Mirror Universe. Do I really look like that? I'm just trying to step out of Babylon a little bit. Anyway, guys and girls, look, man. Connection here. Last week, 4 days ago. Hey, you want to follow this? Oilprice.com. This is not, there's no political bias nonsense here. All right. Good stuff. I'm not getting paid to promote this. Okay, just check it out. This is 4 days ago, and now today we get this. Do you see anything in the works here? Something being set up here? Do you think that energy prices are really going to continue going down? Honestly, especially in the face of currency purchasing power destruction, you think that's going to stop anytime soon, Dr. Isran? Thank you. I appreciate it. What's the root cause of this? Why 6 months, dude? I appreciate you supporting my work, but are you not seeing what's happening here geopolitically? A plethora of tariffs and tit for tat and this for that, and and it's just an incredible situation. That's why we're going to see this accelerate moving forward. Anyway, where is Amanda? Amanda, we missed you. We scared her away. We didn't mean to scare her away. Anyway, guys and girls, look, man. I really believe what I'm saying to you here. Nobody is more ahead of this than you and I. John Rusk. John Rusk is the guy who works, who's helping me get the MMRI back up. Why are you asking about John? He's a good guy. George Henry, thank you for your donation over there. I appreciate it. Any good news? We got a notice here from Jay Powell. Any good news? If this isn't good news for you, then I don't know what to tell you. I am telling you action to take now. You can perceive this as doom and gloom, bro. Wake the freak up, okay? This is real. Where we're in right now. If you really want to smile and laugh, go to the circus. I'm sure there's one going on by you right now, and you can be entertained and watch clowns juggle and whatever the freak they do. This is not a clown show. This is a channel for serious people, Jay, okay, who are looking for the truth, who are not looking to be deceived and distracted. And look here, everyone, keep looking over what Doge is doing, or look at what this is doing. And I'm not saying Doge isn't doing a good job. This needs to be done. We need to find out what's going on. But I want to see more than just what we're seeing now. And I don't think I'm too far out there to say I want to see action taken against these individuals eventually, okay? And clawback of funds. Are we on the same page here? It's amazing. If you talk bad about Elon Musk these days, it's like you've literally committed sacrilege. There's a religion here being built around Elon Musk. It's an incredible thing. The man in the Baphomet suit with the upside down cross on it for an entire year, who had that picture up on for his Twitter picture. Lovely. Jonathan, thank you. You're right, bro. It is all by design, man. But look, we know this. You and I, John, and all of us here have been talking about where we're going, and we're here now. Didn't matter what puppet they put behind the Resolute desk. I've been telling you this for 1,000 years. It doesn't matter what puppet they put behind the Resolute desk. It's all going to lead to the same inevitable end here. I've only repeated that about, let's see, in the last over 10 years, I don't know, 50,000 times maybe. Maybe you guys and girls are going to start to wake up. I don't know, man. I know most of you get it. You just got to be ready, man. What this does here, here's the good news for Jay. This allows you to peer a little bit into the future and then take action, buddy. Okay, that's the good news for everyone. Otherwise, you're going to sit back sucking your thumb off somewhere, not having the slightest clue about, what to do here. I'm trying to help these people out, and they ask me, do you have any good news? Yeah, go join the circus. Maybe that's even better for you. 12 months prediction. I think this is going to progress. Nothing is going to work against this right now. I mean, let me rephrase. It is possible that all of a sudden world leaders start to cooperate with each other, because we unfortunately are forced to deal with the fallout between a global economy and world leaders here who are stringing along the public, obviously with no oversight. If you want to believe that Doge is finding out all this stuff, we all know that fraud is going on here. This is nothing new. I'm glad something's being actually done about it to a certain degree. What I didn't like is Elon Musk actually, and look this up for yourself, admitting by his own mouth that some of these numbers are not actually real. That's bothersome to me. Again, don't take my word for what I just said. For those of you that think Doge is sent from the Almighty and everything that comes out of his mouth is gospel truth. He admitted that some of these numbers aren't real. That's disturbing to me. I don't think any information with regard to numbers where they found fraud here or waste here, this should be exacting. Okay, if they've gathered enough information, I'm still waiting for a forensic audit. Forensic audits here take months, maybe even years. But we're not hearing that. It's all of a sudden, bang, we found this. So let's announce it to the public. And then we find out a week later that the numbers aren't even real. That's misleading to me. I don't know about you. I believe we as the American people deserve the truth all the time. Don't you? Or am I asking for too much? You guys and girls, let me know. I don't really, maybe you guys can educate me that maybe I'm asking for a little too much here. Oh, anyway, that's kind of where we're at, people. Anything you guys and girls want to talk about here before I get out of here? And again, I want to send this off to all of you. Look, man, please, I'm going to say please. When you find this in your inbox here, okay, read it over. And as I always say, think about what it means for you if Greg is even halfway correct at what this means. Even if I'm halfway correct, what does this mean for you, these 9 things that I've listed for you? You understand? Well, a pilot run of UBI with Dodge. Let's see how this plays out, bro. Let's see how this plays out. I do not believe that Doge is a godsend in any way, shape, or form. I want to see, as I said, I believe that the work that they're doing needs to be done. I also do believe that, and I don't think I'm being too asking for anything too much. I want to see verified proof, real numbers, not the ones that Elon Musk is making up. He admitted it. Some of the numbers are not real. Jonathan, thank you. My thoughts on silver going higher, dude. There's no doubt about it. You know where this is eventually going to go. What they're doing now is fueling and fueling and fueling this debt hyper bubble to the point of where, again, it's going to burst with such ferocity. People's heads are going to spin around like the freaking Exorcist. There's just no doubt about it. Unfortunately, everyone's going to be, they're not going to know what happened to them. They're going to react instead of acting ahead of time. You and I, all of us here, have been well prepared for what's coming here. And I'm a little, I'm running this poll here. It looks like only 56% of you are ready for this. This is not good, people. This means that 38% of you so far are going to react, not take action now. That's going to put you in a very, very bad place. And Greg Mannarino, and believe me, every single person here, we all want the best for each other. Am I right here? I am so freaking proud of what we built over these. I never in my life imagined that we would have something like this. That this is, again, like-minded people from all over the world. You guys and girls, the resource that you have here via being a member of this family that we've created is amazing. You can reach out to people all over the world who are like-minded, who understand what's happening, and who are taking action. So that's really what we need to do. You understand? Understand what's going on. Take it. Pork roll! Dude! What's going on, bro? Exactly. Listen to this guy. You see, he's my hero. Pork Roll is a hero of mine. Love this guy. Lead vocalist of, the 2 bands that we're in. Right, Bo? I'm disappointed. We're not jamming, man. I don't know what happened with jamming. But anyway, anyway. Like 100% of your prediction isn't going to happen. Rusty K is now saying 100% of this is not going to happen. Let's save this video, okay? And save the list. And let's see if Rusty K is correct that 100% of this is not going to happen. That's another person that's lost, man. And we cannot help anybody. We're trying to. And even if I'm 100% wrong on this, what's wrong with having the high ground, with being ready just in case? Because it doesn't seem that the global geopolitical situation is very nice right now. We're very friendly here. Anyone understands what we're talking about here? Dr. Rizwan, how severe are the disruptions? Well, let's hope this happens. Okay. Once this starts to play out, um, and it's already with the cost of living going up here again. No inflation came down on day one. No war was ended on day one. Of course. I mean, this you were duped if you believe that. I know you didn't believe it. No one bought that. I don't think that Trump himself even believed it. He just wanted to say it for whatever reason. It's just a lovely thing there. But obviously, what I hope would happen here, as people begin to unfortunately have to deal with a much higher cost of living, availability of resources because of supply chain disruptions and stuff like that, that people start to say, hold on a minute, we need action taken. Understand, look, man, here in the United States, we are a conquered society. The Reds, the Blues, they despise each other's guts. There's no way they can come together and elicit change. This is no accident. Why this has happened? Divide and conquer. The oldest trick in the book, how the few have controlled the masses since the beginning of time. Now that we are, in fact, a conquered society here, we can't, again, come together to elicit change. But I'm hoping that as this plays out, people are going to come together and say, okay, you know what? We need to hold our leaders accountable, whoever they may be, and start to really ask for real solutions. You understand? That's the only way we can win. Otherwise, we're going to continue to lose. You understand? And they already have people by the throat. What are they doing here? The mechanism is exactly what you and I said it would be. They are creating slaves to the system, dependency on their system. The more people that they can get dependent on the current system, the less people are going to push back against it. You understand? And the more people, unfortunately, are going to build up some kind of an internal hope that things are going to turn around for them. And unfortunately, this leads to more of their own, I don't know how you want to put this here, people losing hope, which is a terrible thing. And then they surrender. This is what they're trying to do. This is, again, a product of central banks, people who run it all. If you honestly still believe that the world is run by presidents, kings, dictators, or monarchs, well, then again, you're completely lost. When you realize the entire world monetary system is run by the central banks, the economies of the world are run by the central banks, the stock markets, the markets overall, all of it is run by central banks, the currency markets, all of it, then you really see who runs the world. Until that time, you're going to be so lost that you're not ever going to understand what's actually happening. Understand? I hope so. I really, really do. All right, guys. I'm going to let you all go because I really do want to get this list out to you. Okay. Now, right now, again, if you have not subscribed to my newsletter, which is really free, there is a link in the description of this video. I'm going to put this out. Give me a half of an hour. You'll get this in your inbox. I want you to look at this over and, comment here. That's another platform I've created free for all of you. My Substack, it's a nice place for people to interact as well. You get it? I am trying so hard to make this easy for you guys too, so we can all learn from each other. Look, Greg Mannarino, I certainly don't know everything. I don't even pretend to. I'm just a guy who pays attention to what's going on. And I come out here and I talk, but we are stronger together always. For those of you that, again, take exception with what I might say, you're certainly allowed to do that. Let's find a way that we can learn from each other. Doesn't that sound right to you? Instead of the hatred and the personal attacks, it's incredible, really. Anyway, that's just the way it is, unfortunately. All right, guys and girls, love you all from the heart. I mean that with all I got. All right. I will see you guys in the morning, as I did say. And again, look for this in about half an hour. It'll be in your inbox for you. And I'm going to ask you guys and girls a favor. Share this stuff. Get it out there. The more people we can understand where we're going and why. And I outlined everything here. And you don't have to agree with what I am saying here, but if you don't agree, tell me where I got it wrong, because I am willing to learn that what I put here may be wrong, some of it. But again, tell me when you read through this, what, analyze each one. And again, this is in no particular order. Okay, Greg, you're right here, but you're wrong here. This is why, in your opinion. This is how we grow together. This is how we become stronger. Sound about right? Love you all with all I got. I'll see you in the morning, as I just said. All right, people, look, man, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We got this. And I promise from here to freaking the eternity that I got your back. I will always have your back. I'm looking out for you. I want to keep you ahead of the curve. I want you to act, not react. Sound about right? See you in the morning.